Today, we're going to be talking about retarded women, which some of you might say is redundant, but I guarantee you we're not all retarded. Just some of us, especially those of us that have been totally had by the Marxist feminist agenda that has pretty much destroyed women's brains. We'll be starting with a few topics today. The first one we'll be starting is this video I came across that was covered by Woman Propaganda. That's the guy, right?
Oh, this guy's funny, actually. If you don't follow, shout out to Women Propaganda. It's another one that was sent to me again last month. He's on X and he's on Instagram. His Instagram reels are hilarious. Worth checking out. But here's one that, she kind of highlights to exemplify.
Right, he does a lot of reaction videos. If you guys want to follow him on X, he's got some great takes, pretty funny. They're what would be considered, conservative takes, but like actual conservative takes, not this gay fake conservative takes where they're like, we like trans people that vote Republican. It's like actual funny stuff. So he found this video on TikTok, which I thought was kind of unbelievable. And I want to talk about it because, listen, when I do this stuff, I'm trying to warn other women who might be misled by goblins like this. Okay. Rule number one, ladies, don't listen to an ugly woman. Got it? Ugly women are not to be trusted.
See, she starts off by attacking her beauty. I've always said this, that, women's worst enemy is other women. I would have hit like the first red flag immediately isn't her looks or her level of attractiveness. It's the sleeve tat right off the bat. But, she hits with the ugly woman card.
Trusted. They want to destroy you and your relationships because they're ugly. So they can't stand to see good-looking women prosper. So number one, you have to stop with the bullshit. Everybody's beautiful. Some people are ugly. Okay. And it's like
Sure.
God's warning you, don't listen to this goblin. Number one. Number two, don't listen to fat women, which kind of ties into ugly, but not every fat woman is ugly, but a lot of ugly women are fat. Okay. But just don't listen to fat women either. Fat women will always tell you the best way to lose weight, which already is like, so let's just take the
your wife to start walking around.
I'm just going to pause there for a second. Leonardo isn't a fit or thin woman. I looked up a couple of her stand-ups. She's no thinner than this chick that's on the screen. Just pointing that out.
Half naked again, then stop trying to jump her every time she is. My husband loves when I walk around in my underwear, but there was a time I couldn't even get dressed in the same room out of fear of being grabbed and fondled.
It's not very loud. Hold on, let me go full screen so you guys can read the captions. Maybe that'll be better for this little bit over here. I'm just going to back it up because for some reason I've got it maxed out, but it's not very loud when this lady's talking.
So let's just take the
your wife to start walking around half naked again, then stop trying to jump her every time she is. My husband loves when I walk around in my underwear, but there was a time I couldn't even get dressed in the same room out of fear of being grabbed and fondled.
Was that time when you were younger and hotter? She's about to tell you that she trained her husband how to not touch her. And the truth is she just got ugly and fat. That's actually what happened. And now she wants to make it like, oh, that was my idea. I didn't really like being touched and grabbed.
This is what he did to get me to act more like I did when we first started dating. First, he had to make me feel comfortable enough. Now, it's no secret. You love getting a little glimpse of your wife changing or showering, but do you always have to act like a little boy who just got the last cookie from the cookie jar? My husband stopped trying to jump me every single time I was half naked. My husband loves when I walk.
Once again, because you got ugly and fat. That's why. I don't know what you think you did. All right, let's just finish this up.
Being ready in front of the bathroom mirror. He stopped.
Just cheat, bro. Just cheat on her.
She said he stopped. I'm just going to mute him because I don't have the original video, but I want to talk about, this guy's funny, by the way, but I want to read what she says here. Okay. He stopped smothering me with his words and groping me every time I was getting ready in front of the mirror, grabbing my vagina on the outside of my clothes, or making sure I saw or felt his heart on every time he got one. By the way, most women don't want any of this. Stop speaking for us. You're ugly. Don't tell me what I want.
So this lady that she's criticizing is complaining that her husband is touching her too much and she doesn't want to be touched. Go get married, guys. What have I told you a million times before? You want attraction and intimacy to go south and go in the toilet? Invite a wife into your life.
Show more confidence and less desperation. Bro, I really hope to God that this woman's not actually married. And if she is married, I don't know, man, that poor guy has been totally beat down by a below mid. Let's zoom in on that. Look at that, huh? Look at that. She's talking about to the guy be less desperate and more confident. Where are you getting where are these ugly women getting their confidence from? I want to know. Seriously.
I'll tell you what they're getting the confidence from. They're getting the confidence from other unattractive women that are saying, you're beautiful at any size, you're beautiful at any weight, you're beautiful at any age. You're just beautiful for existing, just for getting up in the morning and inhaling oxygen makes you beautiful, apparently. That's where they get the idea that, that beauty sort of goes in perpetuity, but is what it is, guys. It is what it is.
Seriously. Fat women, I know, they get their confidence from black dudes and Puerto Ricans hitting on them, but ugly women, what is it? Is it the Mexicans that are coming in and hitting on you that make you think you're special? Mexicans can't see your face because they can't recognize different faces on white people, just the same way we can't recognize different faces on them. So they just see blonde hair. They think she must be hot. Okay, she says this thing, which is the most ridiculous thing ever. She says, no woman likes to see your heart on every... That's a lie, dude. Now, if I'm riding the subway and some grizzled, mentally ill, homeless guy wants to show me his heart on, no, I don't want to see that. But my husband, the one that I married, the one that I'm supposed to be attracted to, the one who's supposed to be attracted to me, yeah, I want to see his heart on. I want to know that he still gets hot for me. I want to know that I'm still attractive to him. How can that be a bad thing? This is what happens when women don't have any problems. They have to invent them. She literally has everything. How do I know? Look at the sleeve tattoos. She probably runs some bake shop in a liberal town like Portland that charges $7 for a cupcake, totally detached from reality. So now she's got to invent problems. My husband gropes me too much.
I actually like this kind of female stand-up comedy. I find most female stand-ups pretty boring and not even funny because all they do is they spend their entire bit talking about their vagina. This is actually really funny.
I can't. I don't think she's attracted to her husband. That's what I think the problem is. I don't think she's attracted to her husband. And
bottom line, she's not attracted to her husband. Women that are attracted to the man that they're with will want to be intimate with them. Women that aren't will complain about it. They'll make it difficult. They'll have a headache. They'll have, it was too long of a day. I'm too tired, blah, 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 right? That's just the way it is.
And she doesn't want his sexual advances. So she's going to make up this story for manipulation, by the way. Hey, if you want me to start walking around naked again, stop groping me. Well, what's the point then? What is he supposed to do? It's just about power and control. I just want you to know. This is about women needing to beat down men, needing to make them feel small because there's something she does. She doesn't want to be with him. Okay, here we go. I'm going to let it out here, okay? Because this kind of shit pisses me off. There are a lot of women who marry dudes because they provide a kind of financial security for them. Sure. And I'm not saying there's something wrong, right? Because this is a natural dynamic, right? Men marry women for the biological opportunity that they create for them to have their kids under the assumption that you're going to be loyal to them, which even that.
She's talking about men marrying women for the biological opportunity to have kids. That's true. But the question that I have then, which is probably for a guy like Jeff Bezos, is why did you marry a 55-year-old mom of two that she had kids with two different fathers who was engaged 4 times? Who the hell knows what her notch count is? She has no possibility of bringing Bezos any children, and she's really not a good long-term pick, right? So guys get married for more than just, and he's one of the richest guys in the world. Like, this is how stupid some very wealthy guys can actually be. So to her point, that's what most guys would have gotten married to or for. It was mostly horny teenagers that just wanted to have sex and they got married to have sex the first time. Now today, you get in a relationship and you're supposed to stop having sex with other people. Back in the day, you got married to have sex.
That's going out the window now, right? So that they can trust that their kids are theirs, right? And women marry men who can provide for the offspring that they're going to give them, okay? Very natural for a woman to not want a loser. So let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's important for women to find a good, stable man who can provide for them. However, we have a grossly materialistic culture and everything is so inflated price-wise that now women have completely disregarded any other kind of concerns and are just looking at how much money can this person provide me. So this happens a lot. You have a lot of chicks in their young age just banging everything along the way, right? And a lot of it is because of propaganda that they've downloaded into their brains that tells them that if they want to be liberated, they need to be free whores, right? At least whores charge money for giving their body away. You are doing it for 2 drinks. Once they get through with that, they go, oh shit, I need a...
Pause. We're going to talk about the party years. Women's 20s, usually their youth. Not always their 20s. Sometimes they'll get married at 20. And then go and get divorced at 30, 32 or something like that and want to go and relive their youth and go and party again. And that's how you get these like 37-year-old MILFs out there with 3 kids from a prior marriage, and they want to go relive their youth and, you know, get all promiscuous and stuff and sleep with a whole bunch of dudes. But what she's talking about is most women's partiers are in their 20s, and she's absolutely right. You know, travel the world, backpack Europe, spend the summer in Europe, you know, work on cruise ships, you know, go away for girls' weekends, Cancun, Ibiza, Vegas, you know, stuff like that. You get the idea.
Find a man who's going to not cheat on me and is going to be there around. And then they'll usually pick a guy who's not a winner, but's got stability and financial stability that he can provide. So that means they're usually not very sexually attracted to the guy, and they're willing to put up with it for the money. So it's just another class of prostitution, right? Then what happens, right? What they'll put out in the beginning, right? They're selling the product and all that. Then they get married. They're locked in, and they're like, don't touch me. I don't want you to touch me, because you have a deep hatred of your man and a resentment. You resent him because you think he's pathetic and weak because he didn't see through your little act that you're just using him for his money. It's pretty gross, actually. It's pretty freaking gross. So when women react like this to a man, it's usually a man that they got into a relationship with for some other reason than love and attraction. That's the truth. That's the fucking truth. Okay? Because when you love your man, you want him to touch you because you want to know that he desires you. Women, we can't really build our self-esteem by ourselves. We can't. Sorry, I know we can't. That's why we're social creatures. We need social approval. We need that to make us feel good. That's why hot women usually have higher confidence than ugly women. Now, we live in an inverted society that praises ugly, fat lesbians. But aside from that, the truth of the matter is that usually the more attention you get from society as a woman for your beauty, the higher your confidence is. This is why ugly women like this will attack beautiful women. They're trying to take them down.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.